Please be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Kate Butel, Provost at Lourdes University. I'm pleased to welcome you to this joyous occasion. Today, as a community, we gather to recognize and celebrate our graduates. As we begin, will members of our sponsoring community, the Sisters of St. Francis of Sylvania, please stand and be recognized. I now ask all the members of the Board of Trustees who have joined us today to please stand and also be recognized. As we begin our 2024 December commencement exercises, I invite Sister Nancy Lindenkugel, Congregational Minister for the Sisters of St. Francis of Sylvania, to offer our invocation. Please stand for the invocation and remain standing as Lourdes University student Emma Glover leads us in singing the national anthem.
Gracious and loving God, you have brought us to this day that seemed so far in the future and we thought would never come. But it has come. Degree requirements have been met, and here we are to celebrate outstanding accomplishments. We're also here to honor the ideals and spirit of Mother Mary Adelaide, the foundress of the Sylvania Franciscans. We ask your blessing on everyone gathered today. Even though we've come from many places, we are united in a spirit of gratitude. Bless the faculty and staff whose generous service to these graduates is a source of our pride. Bless the parents, relatives, and friends of these graduates who are filled with pride. And bless these graduates who are our pride. In a world where many have no opportunity for education, these graduates thank you for Lourdes University. In a world where many have no sense of community, these graduates thank you for connectedness. In a world where many feel they have no future, these graduates thank you for unlimited opportunities ahead. Loving God, bless these graduates, be their constant inspiration, be their selfless generosity, be their spirit of service, knowing that to the one who has been given much, much will be expected. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
Thank you, Sister Nancy, for your inspiring words, and thank you to Ms. Glover for sharing your God-given talent with us. I now invite Lourdes University Board of Trustees Chair, Paris Coleman, to come forward and provide a greeting on behalf of the university trustees.
Good morning. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I am pleased to welcome you to this joyous occasion. Today, as the Lourdes University community, we gather to recognize and celebrate you, our graduates. Degree candidates, you are respected members of the Lourdes University community. As a community, we remain grounded in our Catholic and Franciscan values of community, learning, reverence, and service. It has been the university's goal to help you engage both faith and reason in your education and provide you with a foundation in the liberal arts and professional studies that will support you in your professional and personal lives. As you embark on the next chapter of your journey, always remember that the Lourdes University community stands behind you, ready to support and celebrate your continued success. At this time, would the Lourdes University faculty and staff members please stand? The faculty and staff standing before you have dedicated themselves in assisting each of you in the classroom and in campus life. Please join me in thanking them for their continuous commitment to your education. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. I now invite Mr. Jonathan Farrell, President of the Lourdes University Alumni Association, to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Patel. Candidates, students, future alumni, we're very proud to recognize your hard work and dedication in the pursuit of your degree, for engaging in an honest and dynamic search for truth, for accepting the challenge to live and act with honor and integrity in a world that quite is not always ready to accept personal and social responsibility, for your commitment to Lourdes University as you have shared your gifts and talents so generously with us, and for your devotion to our Franciscan mission and respect for all the community and its service. Lastly, I want to propose a challenge to you as you embark on your never-ending journey. I know what you're thinking. Great, more homework. However, this challenge is a chase, and more specifically, a chase that is after your future self. As you chase yourself, you will find personal growth and success that is never ending, while seeing your future aspirations becoming bigger and stronger. And you've done just that these last 3 or 4 years. Enjoy the chase. We're very thankful for you. Thank you.
It's now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Holly Moser, a Master of Business Administration candidate who will deliver the student address.
Good morning, esteemed faculty, proud family, friends, and fellow graduates. This journey through the MBA program has been a transformative experience, shaping us into leaders. We've spent countless hours reading, researching, and writing endless papers. We've debated complex business strategies and collaborated with brilliant minds from diverse backgrounds. This experience honed our critical thinking skills and our problem-solving abilities. Beyond the academic rigor, this program instilled a deep sense of self-awareness, resilience, and commitment to ethical leadership. As graduates of Lourdes, whatever our course of study, we've learned that success is not solely defined by academic achievements or professional titles. It's the ability to inspire innovate, and create a positive impact on the world. It's about finding the courage to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, to learn from failures, to navigate ambiguity with confidence, and to lead with integrity. As all of us continue on our professional or educational paths, let us carry with us the values and lessons we've learned here. Let's remember we can be leaders from any rung on the corporate ladder or in any profession or field. We can be the kind of leaders who uplift others and encourage collaboration and create positive change. On behalf of all graduates, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to our professors. You challenged us, you inspired us, and you mentored us. Your passion for teaching and your commitment to our success had profound impact on our lives. You've helped us to grow as individuals and as professionals. To our families and friends, your love and encouragement has been a constant source of strength. Thank you for believing in us and for celebrating our achievement here today. As we embark on the next adventure, let's remember the bonds we've forged, the friendships we've made, and let's continue to support one another. So here's to our future. May it be filled with happiness and success. Congratulations, class of 2024. We did it.
Thank you, Ms. Moser. Now I invite Dr. William Bissett, 12th President of Lourdes University, to introduce and honor our Mother Adelaide Award recipients.
Thank you, Dr. Butel. One of the great traditions of commencement is to honor individuals who have made a significant impact in their profession or in society. This year, we are elated to present Joseph and Judith Conda with the Mother Adelaide Award. The Mother Adelaide Award recognizes individuals who have made a remarkable impact through dedicated Christian service in various spheres of life, aligning with the core values of the university. This award is symbolized by a medal bearing a portrait of Mother Adelaide, foundress of the Sisters of St. Francis of Sylvania, whose leadership inspired the establishment of Lourdes University. Long recognized for their support of many community initiatives, Joe and Judith Conda have a passion for projects that focus on access, belonging, and building a brighter future. Joe and Judith have touched numerous corners of our community, including the Toledo Museum of Art, the Toledo Lucas County Public Library, the Toledo Symphony Youth Orchestra, and a host of initiatives focusing on youth. Their impact is felt in endeavors related to music and the fine arts, youth education, and efforts that strengthen the family. The Condas truly exemplify a mandate of Mother Adelaide to, quote, make the place better for having been there, end quote. On behalf of Lourdes University, we are honored to recognize Joseph and Judith Conda as this year's Mother Adelaide Award recipients. So at this time, I invite Joe and Judith to come forward to accept their award.
husband and I are both honored and, of course, humbled to have been, first of all, chosen for this award and then recognized publicly today as the recipients of this very prestigious Mother Adelaide Award. Our connection and engagement with this university, as well as other organizations, is to help give everyone the opportunity and the circumstances to navigate this complex and challenging world that we live in. To the graduates this morning, I suspect that employment is the priority for each of you today. But I challenge you to find ways to generously give your time and your talent to those less fortunate, while planning to someday share your treasure. Mother Adelaide gave her young nun similar advice, but with Franciscan values in mind. She said, and I quote, "Give of your ability, your strength, and your energy." Congratulations, graduates.
I now have the honor of calling Mr. Jim Howden, Chairman and co-founder of Root Incorporated, as a candidate for an honorary doctorate. The degree will be conferred by Dr. William Bissett, President of Lourdes University. Mr. Howden will receive his honorary doctoral hood from Mr. Paris Coleman, Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees, assisted by Sister Barbara Vano, Vice President for Mission and Ministry. Will Mr. Howden, Mr. Coleman, and Sister Barbara please come forward? Dr. Bissett, I present to you Mr. Jim Howden as a candidate for the degree of Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa. Mr. Howden of Root Incorporated leads a company dedicated to transforming organizations and empowering their people to achieve exceptional results. For over 3 decades, Mr. Howden has been at the forefront of driving meaningful change in some of the world's most influential organizations. His passion for fostering engagement, enhancing culture, and delivering results has left an indelible mark on the business landscape. Beyond his professional accomplishments, Mr. Howden is a devoted family man. His commitment to both his family and his work serves as a testament to his character and values. President Bissett, I present to you Mr. Jim Howden, and I invite you to confer upon him the degree of Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa.
By the authority granted to Lourdes University by the Ohio Department of Higher Education, and with the approval of the Lourdes University Board of Trustees, I confer upon Mr. Jim Howden the degree of Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa, with all rights and privileges pertaining to that rank. Congratulations, Dr. Howden.
So this is quite an honor, and I really appreciate the opportunity to share some comments with you. So, good morning. Welcome graduates, graduate families, friends, faculty members, board trustees, President Bissett, Sister Nancy, and the Sisters of St. Francis. I can't tell you how honored and humbled I am to be here today and share this special day with you. The Sylvania Franciscan Sisters have been a huge positive force in my life for 6 decades. And now, through Lourdes University and your graduation, they have partnered with you in launching you into the next adventure of your life. Please join me in giving the sponsors of Lourdes University, the Sisters of St. Francis, a round of applause of appreciation and gratitude. No one gets a diploma alone. Let's also give a round of applause to all those today that have supported today's graduates, faculty, staff, family, and friends. In some ways, we're all graduates of the class of 2024. We may not be getting a degree or wearing a cap, but we all have reflections, insights, and revelations from 2024's educational journey. This whole topic got me thinking about an interesting question that's worth pondering. If you could go back to your graduation day from grade school, from high school, or college, and regardless if it was 3, 13, 30, or 50 years ago, what reflections and insights would you have? With the power of life lessons in hand, what would you tell your younger self on graduation day? What would you emphasize, what would you avoid, and what would you succinctly and simply advise your younger self? And more importantly, advise today's graduates. Well, I did this, and 7 life lessons emerged. Life lessons that I would be sure to work into my speech to my younger self and to you today. The first one, and probably the longest one in comments, would be part of something bigger than yourself. I'm sure the commencement speakers across the country are giving graduates like you advice about finding success and keys to true happiness. New York Times writer David Brooks had a great reflection on the annual stream of graduation speeches that encourage graduates to follow their dreams, polish their strengths, embrace your passions, and march to the beat of your own drummer. The title of Brooks' column was, "It's Not About You." Brooks suggests that the purpose of life is not to find oneself, but to lose it. He warns that making it all about you is misguided. It is most certainly can give way to the 3 big distractions of the young person's life. Those are focus on me rather than we, building your resume, and a healthy preoccupation with what's in it for me. What this seemingly innocent focus on self seems to overlook is the fact that most people that are truly engaged, leaders that are consistently effective, organizations that are role models of success, and companies we would all like to be a part of, spend most of their time focused on things bigger than themselves. Many of you have read or heard the bricklayer story. It goes something like this. You walk up to a construction site and you ask the first gentleman what he's doing, and he says, "I'm laying bricks, dummy." You ask the second gentleman what he's doing, and he says, "I'm building a wall." But you ask the third gentleman the same question, and he says, "I'm building a cathedral that will stand for years for people and their families to worship in ways that are meaningful to them." The key is to lose yourself to find happiness. The more executives, entrepreneurs, and talented individuals that I get to know, and the more convinced I am that happiness and success does not come from finding yourself, but losing it. Losing yourself in a company you can believe in a cause you're prepared to fight for, in attacking an inequity that you want to make right, and a commitment to a problem that's to find a solution, and a passionate pursuit to find a better way for people to live life. The best graduation advice could be most successful young people don't look inside and plan a life. They look outside, find a problem, a cause, which summons their life. The simple message is to be less interested in you and more interested in the world around you. and believe me, we need you more than ever. By the way, this sense of purpose that comes from being part of something bigger than yourself doesn't have to be focused on curing cancer. It can. But in Cheryl Batchelor's book, Dare to Serve, she tells a story where she asks people why they do what they do. Why do you work? What's your purpose? What's your why? People would answer things like, I pay my bills, I work to support my mother, I pay off my college loans, and even some noble answers emerged. But most answers gradually revealed that people really don't think about it. Then she finally met someone that wasn't stumped by the question. That was Chris, her hairstylist. When I asked Chris, why do you work? He replies, a woman sits in my chair, usually stressed, feeling bad about how she looks. She needs encouragement to face another day, and she needs to be renewed. I started to make her renewal my purpose. Every day I get the opportunity to lift women up, to encourage them, renew their spirit, and leave my chair with a spring in their step. He had a purpose. He has meaning in his life. Or the hospital janitor, when asked what he does, responds proudly, I reduce suffering and enhance healing of patients and their families. This isn't about cleaning a room. Or at Root, we invigorate the power of human beings to make a difference. At the heart of our purpose is a passionate pursuit to find a better way for people to be valued, to belong, to contribute, and to know and feel what they do matters. It's about changing the face of how organizations, universities, communities, and businesses do business with their people. Find a purpose that summons your life, and spend time answering what's my why. Why do you do what you do? Why is it something bigger than yourself and makes a difference in another human being's life? Number two, the rest are short, I guarantee. Number two, be a servant leader. Life and leadership is all about how many people you can lift up. It's a passionate serving and supporting of others ahead of ourselves. The servant leader is a servant first. Instead of thinking people are working for the leader, consider the perspective that leaders work for their people. We lead by being of service, by making the people we serve smarter, more confident, more capable. Leading by our service starts with listening to our people, learning about their needs, and being mutually invested in their success. Servant leaders do this with a unique blend of confidence and humility. I might ask you to close your eyes just for a second and picture somebody who's had the most influence on your life. Was that someone of authority, someone who had nicer possessions, somebody with a title, somebody even that was a guru in their field of expertise? I doubt it. It's usually somebody that saw something in you even before you saw it in yourself. Believed in you when you didn't, and explained to you that your failures were merely stepping stones to becoming the hero within you just waiting to be unleashed. Be that person for all you work for, with, and someday maybe under your guidance. When we put service ahead of self-interest and ego, we gain the ability to lead and empower others. Number three, hug the thunderstorm. Hug the thunderstorm. Often we see adversity as a sign of the odds are stacked against us, or even the world is out to get us. Yet, most resilient people, and the most impressive people I've had the privilege to meet, figured out to hug the thunderstorms of our lives. The reality is that when you take away adversity, you take away one of the most important ingredients of greatness. Instead of avoiding adversity, you need to hug it. It's the fuel for greatness. Successful people ask, what's the gift in adversity? And they find a way to avoid the victim route of getting bitter when the storm hits and endlessly sees adversity as a catalyst to getting better. Adversity is one of the most powerful forces in life. It can bring out the best in you and the worst. It is the learning that comes from adversity that creates the opportunity for growth, for resilience, for grit, and to reshape your mindset and approach. We don't often control the adversity that happens in our lives, but we always have the freedom to respond. What really matters is when you consider your choice to any adversity, ask yourself three questions. What's the true gift? In my growth from this adversity? What are the stories I'm telling myself about this change or adversity? Is it about bitter or better? And why is this perfect for me right now? Reframe adversity as a close friend rather than a fierce enemy. You can't be successful without adversity. 4, don't wait for an apology to forgive. Life gets much easier when you accept all the apologies you never got. Experience, positive or negative. It's a taking a step back and saying thank you for the lesson. It realizes that the grudges from the past are a perfect waste of today's happiness. And holding one is like letting unwanted company live rent-free in your head. Forgiveness is a promise, one you keep to yourself. When you forgive someone, you're making a promise not to hold the unchangeable past against your present self. Don't wait for an apology to forgive. Number 5, assume positive intent. I've learned that the opposite of love isn't hate, it's judgment. Judgment of other people, judgment of other people's motives, judgment of other people's intent, judgment of what other people are trying to do to you. This is so important because in working with over 200 senior teams across the world that lead companies, countries, and nonprofit organizations, this is the number one behavior that they have to address to be successful and perform at a high level. Our brains are wired for survival, so that means we scan the negative. Life is full of faulty assumptions, misunderstandings, and conflicts, and there are few benefits, if any, associated with adding challenges of life routinely presents us. When we assume positive intentions of others, we sidestep unnecessary pain while simultaneously building a path to trust. The Sylvanian Franciscans' value of reverence is closely connected to assuming positive intent. And it assumes positive intent means being curious about what other people think, valuing what they think, and especially when what they think is different, is at the core of assuming positive intent. If you assume positive intent, everything gets better. Relationships, solving problems, and creating a culture of caring. The 6th one is to be proactive with your kindness. In every way, and I don't mean offer, I mean do. George Sanders, a gifted award-winning writer from the University of Syracuse, said it very well. He said, "What I regret most of my life are the failures of kindness. Those moments when another human being was there in front of me, struggling, agonizing, distressing, and suffering, where I responded mildly, reservedly, and with restraint, or even worse, walked away without responding. The call to action, responding instantly, with unmitigating care, compassion, and presence. Don't stand back and wait for someone else to go first." My wife, Michelle, is the best teacher of me on this. I still visualize the 30 minutes at the CVS in Florida where she bought a pair of tweezers to remove a bee sting from a stranger's neck, or spontaneous jumping out of the car to help a cyclist who crashed on a bridge, or the gift of a hard plate that shows up on the front porch of a friend who lost a parent. Jumping in with kindness is with an act of expression and humanity. Or as the lyrics of Tim McGraw's song, Humble and Kind, says, hold the door open, say thank you, and don't take for granted the love life gives you. And when you get where you're going, don't forget to turn back around and help the next person in line with the hand up. Know you've got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. And number 7, live the life meant for you. Steve Jobs of Apple said it well, your time is limited, so don't waste it living somebody else's life. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. Stop being captive to the likes of social media. The only light that should matter is you liking yourself. Australian author Bonnie Ware had another huge insight as she spent her life in palliative care and committed an enormous amount of time caring for people at the end of their life. She wrote a book I highly recommend, which is titled The 5 Regrets of the Dying. All 5 regrets are worth exploring, but the first one is the most insightful one to me, and it was, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself and not the life others expected of me. This was the most common regret of all. It turns out when people realize that life is almost over, they look back on it with great clarity. And that clarity revealed the choices made were often to please others rather than to honor your own dreams. Live the life meant for you. One challenge. 70% of people at work today are disengaged, which means they're spending 40 to 60% of their waking hours sleepwalking through their work life, being in places they would rather not be, doing things they would rather not be doing. Unfortunately, many people see the work devoid of higher purpose. Instead, they view it as a grind or as an endless series of meaningless tasks. Don't join the 70% group. Be part of the 30%. They can't wait for your feet to hit the floor as you get out of bed each morning. What if your why mattered so much to you that on your deathbed you found yourself wishing for one more day at the office or on the unit or with your team? Some people laugh, but answer your why and consider how you show up and lead, and especially have the same expectations of joy, enrichment, happiness, meaning, and even love in your professional life that you do in your personal life. It is one life, and it should have purpose in all of it. You're entitled to meaningful work that makes a difference in the lives of the people you have the privilege to serve. Remember, be part of something bigger than yourself. Be a servant leader. Hug the thunderstorm. Don't wait for an apology to forgive. Assume positive intent. Be proactive with kindness, and live the life meant for you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dr. Howden. Thank you for your leadership. Dr. William J. Bissett will now confer degrees. This afternoon's graduates represent students who have completed their degree programs in summer and fall 2024. Will the degree candidates please stand? That's you. President Bissett, I certify that the candidates standing before you have satisfactorily completed the studies prescribed by Lourdes faculty and administration.
By the authority vested in me by the Ohio Department of Higher Education and the Lourdes University Board of Trustees, I am very pleased to confer degrees on the candidates standing before me.
You may be seated. Graduates, after you exit the stage, a photo will be taken of you with your diploma at the back of the theater. As a gift, you will receive an electronic copy of that photo, courtesy of the Alumni Association. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Mary Robinson, Interim Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, who will present the graduates for the Associate of Arts, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Science degrees.
Will the recipients of the Associate in Arts, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Science degrees please stand and come forward? The graduates' names for the College of Arts and Sciences will be read by Dr. Kristen Williams, Assistant Professor of the Department of Biology and Health Sciences.
James J. Brothers, Associate in Arts and Individualized Studies, cum laude. Adam G. Borton, Bachelor in Arts and History, cum laude, veteran. Dominique K. Cole, Bachelor of Arts in Digital and Media Studies. Alexander J. Francis, Bachelor of Arts in History. Isabella S. Lean, Bachelor of Arts in English and Digital and Media Studies, cum laude. Trey M. Muthina, Bachelor of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies. Tyler A. Paul, Bachelor of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies. Simona E. Yakabachi, Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science. Lika Mickey Ashvili, cum laude, Honors Program, Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science.
It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Yasser Al-Hanawi, Dean of the College of Business and Leadership, who will present the graduates for Bachelor of Science degrees.
Good morning. Will the recipients of the Bachelor of Science degrees please stand and come forward? The graduate names for the College of Business and Leadership will be read by Brett Berger, Assistant Professor of the College of Business and Leadership and Chair of Sports Management.
Sebastian De Jesus Bulgarin Vera, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and Marketing. Brittany L. Burgoon, Bachelor of Science in Healthcare Administration. Jonas Kreutzberg, Bachelor of Science in Sports Management, magna cum laude. Dylan R. Lynham, Bachelor of Science in Marketing. Arjen Mittel, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, summa cum laude, honors program. Sarah C. Przowski, Bachelor of Science in Accounting, summa cum laude. Federico Reali, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. Quilano M. Stovo, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. Colton J. Watson, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. Jose Manuel Zarate Doso, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration.
Please welcome Dr. Jamie Curley, Dean of the College of Nursing and Social Sciences, who will present the nursing graduates for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree and the Social Science graduates for the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Sciences.
Will the recipients of the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree and the recipients of the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science in Social Science degrees please stand and come forward? The graduates' names for nursing will be read by Dr. Christine Emsch, Associate Professor of Nursing, and the graduates' names for Social Sciences will be read by Dr. Margaret Lehman, Associate Professor of Education.
Amber M. Daly, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Hannah F. Gorney, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Ariana Lenos, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude.
Alex W. Brock, Bachelor of Science in Criminal and Social Justice, magna cum laude. Brianna M. Davis, Bachelor of Arts in Social Work, magna cum laude. Carly S. Heilman, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, magna cum laude. Ella J. Lewis, Bachelor of Arts in Primary Education, magna cum laude. Marissa N. Ragland, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, magna cum laude. Caroline L. Sass, Bachelor of Arts in Primary Education, magna cum laude. Madison T. Wagner, Bachelor of Arts in Primary Education, cum laude. Alexander J. Francis, Bachelor of Science in Adolescent and Young Adult Education.
It is now my distinct pleasure to present the graduate degree candidates. Will the recipients of the Master of Business Administration and Master of Organizational Leadership degrees please stand and come forward? The graduates will be hooded by Ms. Rhonda Brown, Director of Graduate Programs for the College of Business and Leadership.
Molly E. Moser, Master of Business Administration. Eric Bigley, Master of Business Administration. Tina Erickson, Master of Business Administration. Samantha L. Thane, Master of Business Administration. Ashley Fullenlove Babb, Master of Business Administration. Amanda E. Giletka, Master of Business Administration. Tina Garrett LeMailey, Master of Business Administration. Sam Latondres, Master of Business Administration. Brady W. Perry, Master of Business Administration. Spencer J. Rader, Master of Business Administration. Brandy M. Young, Master of Business Administration, veteran.
Will the recipients of the Master of Science in Nursing and Master of Education degrees please stand and come forward? The Master of Science in Nursing graduates will be hooded by Dr. Cynthia Edwards-Tuttle, Director of the Direct Entry Master of Science in Nursing program. The Master of Education graduate will be hooded by Dr. Vince Laverick, Chair for the Division of Education.
Dana M. Best, Master of Science in Nursing. Taylor C. Cannon, Master of Science in Nursing. Lauren E. DeWine, Master of Science in Nursing. Madeline Griesdorn, Master of Science in Nursing. Tamara T. McCarter, Master of Science in Nursing. Ariana Smith, Master of Science in Nursing. Lisa M. Bartholomew, Master of Education and Educational Leadership.
Let's take a moment to congratulate our 2024 graduating class. As part, would all the graduates please stand? As part of the rite of passage, symbolized by your moving from being a candidate to a graduate, I ask all undergraduates to move the tassel on your caps from the right to the left side. Congratulations. Let me sit down. I now invite Dr. William Bissett to provide his closing remarks and an official welcome to our new alumni.
Wow. So can we give one more round of applause for our graduates? Outstanding, outstanding job. Outstanding. It is my great honor and pleasure to offer a few words of congratulations, thanks, and farewell to you, our graduating class of 2024. I would also like to add my welcome to our graduates' families, friends, trustees, dedicated faculty members of the Lourdes Administration and staff, Francis, Jim Howden, our honorary degree recipient, and to Joe and Judith Conda, a Mother Adelaide awardees. Dr. Howden, your commitment to Lourdes University as a dedicated board member, your extraordinary accomplishments as the chairman and co-founder of Root, as well as your profound impact as a best-selling author and executive coach in the fields of change management and strategic decision-making, along with the contributions you have made as a servant leader to countless numbers of individuals and organizations that have been impacted by your leadership and guidance over a career that has spanned more than 4 decades, is truly reflective of our Franciscan and Catholic values at Lourdes, and a true embodiment to everything Lourdes University represents, making you the ideal honorary degree recipient for these 2024 December commencement exercises. Again, thank you, Jim, for being with us today to share in our commencement celebration, and thank you for all you do and have done over the years for this extraordinary university. Thank you, Jim. And to Joe and Judith Conda, the selfless dedication and extraordinary community support that you have extended to the people of Northwest Ohio since arriving in Perrysburg 36 years ago has literally transformed and enriched the lives of countless individuals. Your lifelong impact and dedication to Christian service aligns with both the core values of our university and with the mission of the Sisters of St. Francis of Sylvania, who, since 1916, when Mother Adelaide arrived in Sylvania at the request of the Bishop of Toledo, with 23 other Rochester, Minnesota Franciscan sisters, have responded to God's call to live the gospel in joyful servanthood among all people through lives and ministries that reverence human dignity and respect the gift of creation. It is truly an honor to recognize you both today as our 2024 Mother Adelaide Award recipients, and to thank you on behalf of our entire university community for all you have done and continue to do to provide people with opportunities to live the life God intended for them. Thank you, Joe and Judith. I would also like to offer special thanks to our graduate student speaker, Holly Moser, for her inspiring remarks, and especially for her emphasis on the transformative experience students have received from the Lourdes education since our founding as an institution of higher learning in 1958. I especially thank you, Holly, for your use of the word transformation as a concept that speaks to the heart of what a Lourdes education represents and speaks to how deeply connected we are to our Franciscan and Catholic heritage. Thank you, Holly. Commencement is an impressive word to describe a new beginning. Commencement is also a time to reflect on a mission well accomplished. A hard-won journey to the summit, a place at the finish line, and a moment of stepping over the threshold into a new era in your life, into a new moment full of potential and an opportunity to offer newly developed talents to the greater good of our society. In many ways, you have been on a journey of discovery and discernment during your time at Lourdes, learning about what drives you, what energizes you, learning how you are wired to search for and to answer questions that persist for you, how you want to bring your particular expression of self, of intelligence and creative thinking into our world. And most importantly, who you are and who you are becoming. Before we conclude this afternoon's commencement ceremony, I hope you don't mind allowing me the opportunity to make one small request, graduates. At some point today, when you have a quiet moment to yourself, please take the time to reflect on all of the hard work, sacrifices, and commitment that went into your journey at Lourdes. A journey that culminates today with the receipt of your degrees. By all means, take time to congratulate yourself in your accomplishments. You deserve it. But please also make sure you find the time today to remember and thank the people that went through this part of your life's journey with you and provided you with support along the way to reach this goal. As Dr. Howden said, nobody gets to this extraordinary point in life without the love and support of others. Be proud of what you have accomplished, but make sure to include the people in your life who made this accomplishment possible and who share in the joy and satisfaction you are all feeling today. So with that in mind, can we take another moment to express our appreciation to all family members, friends, and loved ones that are with us today. Graduates, please never lose sight throughout your personal and professional lives of the extraordinary impact you will have on the lives of people you will lead and serve due to your academic accomplishments at Lourdes. And please always strive to live not only the life that God has intended for you, but most importantly, the full life God has intended for you. Wherever your callings may take you in the future, we hope that you continue to stay close to alma mater, and please never forget you are always welcome home whenever the need arises. May God continue to bless and keep you safe as you go forth from this place. And once again, congratulations to this class of 2024 for a job well done. Thank you.
Too many folders. Please stand and welcome to the podium Sister Barbara Vano, Vice President for Mission and Ministry and Director of Service Learning, who will provide the benediction. After the benediction, please remain standing as Emma Glover will lead us in the Song of Lourdes, which is found on the last page of your program.
Blessed are you, Lord our God, for you begin all things and bring them to completion. Graduates, you have spent weeks and months writing papers, studying for exams, learning what it means to be the best in your profession, to be the best that you can be. Now, as we prepare to be dispersed to separate places, I pray for each of you the grace to remember. Remember the experience of feeling new and uncertain, and then go and widen your circle to welcome another and to hear another point of view. Remember that leadership is built on service, and that others rely on you to be instruments of God's mercy and grace. Remember each day what God in his goodness has done for you. When you walked onto the Lord's campus, you changed the face of this community. Now, as you go forth, we will once again be changed, and the world will be changed. So remember what you have learned. And may the same spirit that inspired Francis, Claire, and Mother Adelaide continue to inspire you to speak the truth with reverence, to hold fast to your values, to seek the common good, to be instruments of God's hope and healing, to witness to all that is true and beautiful and just. May you awaken to each new day eyes filled with wonder at the beauty of God's creation, at the beauty of human life. And at the close of each day, may you rest, hearts filled with gratitude for all that our gracious God has accomplished in you and through you. We gather the prayers of the entire Lord's community, a community of learning, a community of reverence, a community of service. And we ask, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord look upon you with kindness and give you his peace. May the Lord bless each and every one of us as we go forth from this place. Amen.
This is our gateway for journey, as we search and inquire of self, empowered by the Spirit of wisdom, nurtured by love of God. Seasonal settings, pathways serene, beauty amid the sylvan green. We know and we share this power of place. We know and we cherish integrity that's graced by common chords of community. This is our gateway for journey, where we search and inquire of self, empowered by the Spirit of wisdom, nurtured by love of God, gaining new knowledge, new dignity, seeking a vision of clarity. Within a tradition we learn and we share these values sustain
our gateway for journey, where we search and inquire of self, empowered by the spirit of wisdom, nurtured by love of God.
Please be seated. This concludes our commencement ceremony. After the platform party has exited the stage, faculty, staff, and graduates will process through the auditorium doors. Guests are asked to please remain seated until the graduates have exited. Graduates, as you exit the auditorium and are celebrated by the administration, faculty, and staff, please pick up your diploma in the Franciscan Center Gymnasium. Once again, congratulations, and I wish our 2024 graduates much success. From this day forward, you can proudly proclaim yourself Lourdes University graduates. Thank you.